We are here doing a long-term truck review.
Yep.
It's not what we do, but we have been driving this 2017 F450 since August 2017, and it's now January 2019.
Yep.
Combined between the two of us, mostly Riley though, this has done about 34,000 kilometers of towing.
Yeah.
Or maybe even higher, 39,000 kilometers. We're gonna hop in, we're gonna go for a drive and let you know what we like and what we don't like about this truck.
What you should look for in a tow vehicle. If you're looking for something, you know, maybe not a brand new F450, but key things that make the biggest difference in the world when you're spending a couple days in a truck.
Awesome, let's hop in.
All right.
So we're out cruising the F450.
Yeah.
No trailer on the back.
No.
So it's a little rough.
It is a little bouncy when it's unloaded. It's a tad, but it's a heavy duty truck. It's kind of to be expected.
Yeah, it's designed for heavy hauling.
Oh yeah.
It does now have exactly 53,000 kilometers on it. I was kind of unsure when I first mentioned it, but it's 53,000, 40 of which we're towing a 44-foot enclosed car trailer, 2-car trailer or 1-car. Big trailer, gooseneck, and I've done many thousands of kilometers or miles. You've done the bigger bulk of them. What, coming from, I mean, you've towed with a lot of different trucks, but
yeah,
you've never towed a trailer that big before?
Nope.
Or that heavy before?
Nope.
So what were your impressions of this truck?
Well, given that we have a fifth wheel, which makes life a lot better compared to like just all on the bumper hitch, this truck tows beautifully. I can't believe how little sway it has. Like you'll notice with some heavier trailers on like a traditional tongue hitch, depending on the road surface or the crosswind, you get this weird like sway. This thing is just rock solid. Like, you know, cruising along 70 miles an hour with one finger on the steering wheel and like 20,000 pounds behind you. I can't believe how planted this truck is. No matter the crosswind, the load. Yeah. It's just super stable all the time. It is
amazing. I mean, it's got some features that you hate and I love.
Yeah.
Like the radar cruise control. I'm all about getting on the highway and just flicking the cruise control on and letting the truck kind of do its thing. And you're more of an involved driver than
actually,
I am.
Yeah, I drove all the way to Texas with the cruise off. I'll turn it on for like 10 minutes to give my foot a rest, and then I have to turn it back off. Otherwise I fall asleep. I need to be involved.
My only complaint about that adaptive cruise is it leaves too much space.
Yes,
even on the shortest distance, it leaves too much space.
Yeah, so the problem I was having is like you're catching up to a car and you're gonna pass them, but you're like waiting until the lane's open, and then it'll start slowing down because it thinks you're gonna collide with the car. I'm not. I'm just waiting to change lanes, but that's why usually I have to turn it off because I don't want to lose all that speed, especially going uphill. Or with big trucks, you're following behind a transport truck, you're headed uphill, they're going to slow way down, you want to get around them. If you don't change lanes soon enough, the thing will automatically start hitting the brakes, and then you've lost all your speed, and you got to re-accelerate up a hill. Yeah. It's no good.
So a feature I love and both hate, you just straight out hate it.
Yeah.
Tires that come equipped on this. We did some winter lapping where we run a winter event at a racetrack.
Yeah.
And we use it for the first time as a tow vehicle in deep snow, and the tires that come on this truck are just not good in the snow.
No. I drove it the other day to go. Oh no. That one.
Sorry, the front one's still going.
Oh, I thought it was that one. Anyway, yeah, I drove it the other day in the snow to go pick up some parts just empty, and there's very little grip accelerating or braking. Luckily I didn't have to do any cornering. Yeah. But even in the wet a couple times, pulling in with the trailer, pulling into like truck stops and stuff, if it's kind of smooth concrete, yeah, I had the ABS go off like crazy. Just
get a little
like,
bit of push. Yeah,
and not going fast, like 20 miles an hour, you hit the brakes and go to turn into the lot, and all of a sudden everything freaks out because the tires are starting to skid.
So I did a little bit of research on these Continentals, and that's apparently the common theme with them. So we're just waiting for them to burn down. They're only about half their life right now.
Yeah, they've held up really well.
They've held up really well for the highway stuff, but just the wet weather and inclement weather, not super impressed with. This is a Platinum, so it has all the features, the heated seats, the massaging seats, and all that stuff. Heated steering wheel. It's minus 6 degrees Celsius here now, so all those features are great. The massaging seat feature is something that I don't believe they should call a massaging seat.
No, it just kind of like moves you around slightly.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you've been sitting in the same seat, and the range on this truck is huge, so there's a chance that you could be sitting without stopping for 7 hours. After a few hours of not moving, just to even just kind of like change your pressure points a little bit is nice. It gets the blood flowing a little bit.
That's what I find good about it. It doesn't massage you in any way, but it just kind of keeps you moving and changing things up.
Yeah.
Reverse camera, all the parking aids, all that stuff.
The top camera thing, which I still don't understand how it works 100%, but it's like some sort of magic trick that Ford does. It's crazy. You can see the top of the like when you're parking, it has a full view of the top of the truck, but it shows your actual surroundings on the screen. But the truck from like a bird's eye view, like the old Grand Theft Auto video game, it's crazy. It
is great, and also for backing up to the trailer. Yeah. First of all, the camera on the tailgate, so you could see for your tag trailer, but then the one that's over top of the bed, so you can see for the gooseneck or your fifth wheel, which is marvelous. Fuel economy is kind of funny in this thing. It's good. It's not great.
It's good for what it is.
It's good for what it is. You gotta remember, this is 10,000 pounds you're driving around every day. If I'm really nice to it when I'm driving to and from work, I can, and let's see where I'm at here. It says 19.1 liters per 100K.
It's 12 miles per gallon for you US listeners.
There you go. I drive fairly aggressive, so it's kind of not representative of what it could be, because I know when I drove from Texas to Las Vegas this year, I averaged 24 liters per 100K. Towing. Yeah. The big trailer.
Yeah. That's the thing that I've noticed is whether the trailer is on or off, fully loaded or empty, the mileage doesn't fluctuate too much. So as like a daily commuter, it's not very good on fuel. But as a towing vehicle, it's for the amount of power it has and like how effortless it pulls everything along, the fuel economy is incredible.
Yeah, it's kind of staggering actually, because if we tow the little 20-foot trailer or the 44-foot trailer, the fuel economy is pretty much the same.
It doesn't change. But even with a gas truck, like we used to have a Ram gas truck, so empty, it would get amazing fuel economy, had cylinder deactivation and all that stuff. But towing a big trailer, we never towed the 44-foot, but even our smaller enclosed, it would only manage maybe 10 or 11 miles per gallon, working really hard up hills and like, you know, passing people on the highway was just not done. But this will do all of that with twice the weight, uphill, 75 miles an hour without breaking a sweat. Like it won't even grab a downshift. You'll just see the boost pressure increase, and then you get to the top of the hill and the boost pressure decreases, and that's it. It's like effortless towing.
Another feature I really like is the power mirrors. They slide in and out via power, so you don't have to be that guy driving around.
You gotta drive with the tow mirrors out all the time, bro. Let people know you know how to haul.
I hate that. That drives me wild. So the fact that I don't have to get out and flip them is really nice. I'm trying to think of other things. The heated seats are great.
I got mine cranking right now. It's beautiful.
And the cooled seats are great when we're doing all this stuff on the West Coast, you know, California.
Yeah, that's something you wouldn't think of, but when you're sitting in the seat for, even if you're not hot, it just keeps your back dry. When you're sitting in a leather seat for 5-6 hours, it's nice to just kind of cool your back down and keep it dry.
In terms of maintenance on this thing, all we've done is oil changes, cabin air filter, and engine air filter, wiper blades, all the typical stuff. I just had it in for the freezing door handle recall, which turned out to be a disaster, and the recall for the block heater that catches fire.
Oh yeah, that's exciting.
It is exciting. We don't use the actual block heater. This thing will start at -20 on the remote start.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, you know what, another thing we should mention, I don't know how well this picks up sound, but the way, if you've ever driven like a 99 F350 7.3,
yeah.
Oh man, like this truck is so quiet for being a heavy duty truck. I drove it, like I said, to the US the other day, just empty, no trailer, I just turned the radio off so I could just kind of cruise in silence. This thing is like a Rolls Royce. There's no wind noise, there's no road noise. You get a little bit of diesel noise, and that's it. Like, I can't believe how well insulated this cab is.
And here's an example of an unloaded rough. This is a railway
Brace
tracking.
yourselves. Brace yourselves.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's not terrible. I rode in like a 03 or 04 Ram, a 2500, and it rode a lot rougher than this does.
Oh,
and this is rated to tow a lot more than that one. So.
No stuff. All right, now I'm gonna complain. This is my soapbox, so I get to stand on it.
Yeah.
No Ford dealership that I've been to yet with this. I'm super, I'm changing the oil before the computer tells me to, and keeping on top of all maintenance items like crazy, I guess, because being a mechanic, I don't want to have to fix this. And anyway, every Ford dealer I've been to in Canada is terrible.
Yeah, you've not had a good run.
No.
That's for sure.
Getting billed for things that weren't done or claiming things were done. This actually, when we first got it, it's got rear defrost in the back window there, and one of the lines don't work. So I thought, you know what? It's a brand new truck. I want working defrost. I took it in for a warranty, and they kind of gave me a hard time about it, but finally approved it. But I still think to myself, do I really want to take a brand new truck and have them pull the window out of it and then have to re-urethane and all that stuff? Oh, this is a rough section.
This is a rough section. So, shake cam, earthquake.
Yeah. There we go.
Now you're getting a heavy-duty experience.
That's about as bad as it gets. It's a Hamilton specialty.
Yeah. Barton Street.
Yeah, gotta love Barton Street. Anyways, sorry, back to my rant. I decided not to have the window fixed after, the crummy dealings with the local dealer. And then I tried a different dealer for another service, and not impressed. This is in Canadian dollars, not that we paid that much, but this is close to $100,000.
Yeah, sticker.
So if you paid sticker price for this bad boy, it's close to that, and I'd expect some better service. So that's my rant, Ford Canada. But Ford USA, let me tell you, they are on the ball.
It's Las Vegas, man.
Yeah, we took it in for service in Las Vegas. Not only were they quick about it, they did everything they said they were going to do, and they are honest in saying that, hey, we could fill your DEF for you if you wanted, but we charge too much, so you should probably just go to the truck stop and get it, which I thought was really nice.
Looking out for you.
Yeah, looking out for me.
Unlike here, didn't you get dinged for DEF here for a lot of money?
I got dinged for whatever, 4 gallons or whatever of DEF. And they were like, I think they wanted like $15 a liter or something.
Yeah, it was like crazy money.
And they didn't even put it in.
No.
So so that's that. But otherwise, I absolutely love the truck. If you can find an independent garage to take care of it for you, or if you live in the United States, don't worry.
Yeah, they got you covered.
They got you covered. Everywhere we've stopped in the U.S. has been very good. What other rant did I have? I don't think I have another rant.
I can't rant about this thing. I really enjoy it. I like how fast it is. It shouldn't be as fast as it is. This thing is the size of like a studio apartment, and it will put a lot of sports cars to shame from a light. And it's on the highway, it's deceivingly quick. Like, you'll be cruising along if you didn't have the speedometer, like looking at it, 80, 90 miles an hour without even breaking a sweat, because it's so quiet.
There we go.
Woo!
You see those people disappearing.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So it's definitely not shy in the power department. This thing is that's why everyone asks us, oh, when are you going to tune it? When are you going to do?
Never.
It doesn't need it. It's got almost 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, completely stock, and it has way more than enough power to do everything we're doing with it.
Yeah, that's funny, because we race cars. I don't know, a lot of people are going to watch us that don't know what we do. Compete in Formula Drift, so this truck travels to racetracks. And everybody's like, oh, when are you going to chip it? When are you going to get rid of the DEF and the delete this and delete that? Like, this truck stock is all you ever need. Yeah. It is speed limited at 140, which is, I don't know how many miles 90 miles an hour.
Something around 90 miles an hour.
And at first I was really upset. I was like, why the hell would they put a speed limiter on this? That's before I towed the big trailer with it.
Yeah.
And then I towed the big trailer and said, oh, I get it, because it will tow that big trailer at 100 miles an hour if you wanted it to.
Yeah, and you would, and honestly, if you weren't even watching the speedometer, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
There's no wind noise. There's, it doesn't get all like scared on the highway. It doesn't get all wandery and stuff. Yeah. It's a good thing it's limited.
It is a good thing it's limited. Anyways, thanks for taking a little test drive with us.
I'm sure we'll have more updates as we go. I don't know. I spent a solid 34 hours straight in this.
Yeah, coming back from Vegas.
Like last winter on the way back from Vegas, we did it non-stop. So I have to say this is a pretty comfy thing. I spent 2.5 days of my life in it. So
awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Maybe we'll do it with the trailer next time.
Yeah, you got to see this thing tow.
Yeah.
It is a beast.
Awesome. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Hopefully this helps, I don't know, make a decision on your next tow vehicle or whatever. You're looking at a new truck. Maybe some of our feedback will help you make that call.
Subscribe.